Hey guys, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's videos, we're going to be talking about the lore, the outside world of Miraculous. Now, there hasn't been much information to do with what's going to be going on. So in the first video, which is this part, we're going to be talking about the stuff that was in the comic that was explicitly stated, and how I could see these characters showing up in the future. Then we'll be going over some more stuff that's in the comic in the later video that's going to be how they connect to these other major players that are going to be in other Zagtoons shows. So let's get started. So first off, we know that the comic took place in New York. The Trash Kraken did. I don't know about the most recent comic, but this one specifically took place in New York. And they added a lot of characters that don't really have that much importance. First, we have the 6 thugs that help Marinette get some clothes, which, let's be honest, it would be really awesome if we just see Marinette looking at the clothes one day when we go back to Paris. She just comes she comes over to Alya and says, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, these clothes, it's complicated. I don't want to talk about it." Or something like that. But they also introduce this little girl, Kenya, who's also a really cool character that they could do. And then they also implement these 2 rich, I don't want to say the word, but jerks. And they also introduce their driver named Jorgen. That's all on this page. So, yeah. So, what do I want to see? Basically, I want to see these characters show up again, especially since they go over the names of all of these thugs. This little girl, they don't mention her father's name, but they do talk a little bit about her and her father. And the 2 rich people and their driver would be really fun characters to just have them in a show or something. They don't necessarily have to be the heroes of any of the shows, but they could be. Specifically in Ghost Force, I could see in Ghost Force, Pixie Girl, and also the Melody movie, which, yeah, that's coming out eventually. And it could also be that they don't actually state much about this other thing, but there's this other thing called Power Players, which is about toys, and I could see that being these toys, superheroes being Kenya's toys, but they don't show anything in what we've got coming, so yeah. But hey, that's coming out later this year, so there's some good news there. But basically what I'm saying is that these characters, it's odd that they develop them, because they don't, these 6 thugs, Kenya, and these rich people, don't really add much to the story. All they're there for is so that Marinette and Adrian can get food for Tiki and Plague. And it's an odd concept, because the only other characters that they develop are characters that are in the comic majorly, specifically Majestia, Night Owl, and Sparrow. I believe also the President is also developed a little bit, but not as much as those 3. And Majestia, obviously, it makes sense. She's been referenced in multiple episodes of Miraculous, as well as the fact that she's going to be a major player in the future when they're dealing with her evil sister. We have, and then Night Owl, as well as Sparrow, both make sense because of the fact that they are both characters that we've seen in the show as well, and they also play a very important role in the comic itself. holy cow, it's insane. But these few characters, these 10 characters, make absolutely no sense why they're developed. The two rich people, yeah, they're rich jerks. It makes sense. It's kind of an important thing for Adrian to meet these rich people as when he's down on his luck, because it shows that, yeah, maybe some rich people don't actually give a crap about anybody, and it's something that could be very important to him down the line when he returns to France. And the same thing can be said about that. It shows him that even the people that are lower on their luck are more willing to help people because they realize, hey, yeah, I've been in that place and I'm willing to help. But some rich people simply do not care, so he's gonna use that. He's gonna use that information to realize, yeah, I need to make sure that I help people more and more, because if I don't, then I'm gonna seem like these rich, stuck-up people because he's rich. So yeah. But and it's fine that they don't give them names, but they give Jorgen a name, which I would love to see that be like these characters be major players. But I could see the fact that just based on the fact that these thugs have names, this is bigger because these characters each only get like one panel, except for Public Enemy, who is the leader of the thugs, who gets multiple panels to himself, where he talks to Marinette, while almost all of the others, the most they get is like a quick little shot. Like we see Killa Bee, she's in one panel, but she doesn't say anything, and then and again, um, Ghetto Blaster and Shaolin Soul also get a short little. They are in the panel for a little bit, but that's it. They don't say anything. But we get all these 6 characters' names pretty obviously. So I'm wondering now. So I'm really wondering, are these characters going to be major players in the future of Miraculous? It's possible that they will eventually once they've defeated Hawkmoth. They return to New York. They're like, oh, hey, good to see you again. It's obvious that these guys won't be going to France. The rich people may, and they may be like, wait a minute, I recognize you. You were that boy that was in London, that was in New York when the trash cracking was going on. What the heck? You're actually a rich kid? And they may be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry that we ignored you. But the gangsters wouldn't. They're just simply they're gangsters. They're not gonna be. I'm not saying that they're gangsters. They're actually really helpful people. They're really awesome characters. But but the way these guys are developed, it would make more sense to have them show up in the future. Maybe in the future comics they'll be going back to New York again, which would be fun. But I want to see something with the rest of these characters show up again. Like I said, most likely it's going to be happening in Ghost Force, Pixie Girl, and Melody, because all of these shows are taking place in modern times, and they are dealing with things that we're going to be talking about in the future, in the other video that I'm going to be doing today. There's a few other Zagtoons shows that could be possible, but most of these are not really super obvious. Like, Power Players could have Kenya, absolutely. I don't believe that there's really anything else, though. And the sad thing is that even though they've said that a lot of these shows that are coming soon, we haven't gotten any confirmation aside from one Zag Heroes show, and that was Zag Storm, which is still going as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I'm just saying that, and Zach Storm will never be dealing with these characters, and if he even deals with Marinette and Adrian, I would be surprised. But all of these other superheroes could very easily deal with these characters and have them be major players in the shows. I would like to say, though, that it's very unlikely that we will be seeing all of these characters right away. They could very easily be friends of the heroes in Ghost Force or friends of Pixie Girl. But the rest of them, yeah, it's not happening. And it's another thing, though, is that Ghost Force and Pixie Girl, as well as as well as all of the other heroes, are never once mentioned in the comic. They don't show up, even though it's clear that they had plans for Zag heroes did have plans for these things. Did have had some plans for these characters long ago, and apparently they're coming out in some of them are coming out in 2020, and some of them are coming out this year supposedly. I don't know exactly, but there's that. So, like I said, it's figuring out what exactly is going to happen is a challenge. But like I said, I just wanted to focus on these characters and how much I would love to see them again. If you guys want to see these characters again, then first off, read the comics. The comics are a lot of fun. I wish that they would actually release more of them, but unfortunately, they haven't. They've released like one other comic, and it's like part of a volume, or whatever this is. I don't know what they call these. But we'll see. But anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments if you guys want to see these characters show up in Ghost Force, Pixie Girl, or Melody. And also let me know if you guys want to see these characters show up in Miraculous itself eventually. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell because it all helps me out a ton. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-don!